craziness just happened. So as I was playing, but I also kept hearing banging on my windows. And I stay here out of anything. I'll hold a spider, will hold snake is going right, and then I realized it was a fire right in the middle of the stream. There was a fire, so I just had to get it out. But without further ado, let's hop into this gameplay today. Very excited. Of course, you can see I got the new outfit. Super pumped about it. I mean, that just looks amazing. And I believe I saw on, can't remember his channel's name, and they look amazing. I hope y'all can hear me right now during this, but those new outfits are looking absolutely insane. I am super excited for what is to come. Go ahead and share my link for my stream. There's currently nobody on here, but you know, I don't mind that. I had an argument the other day. Well, not really an argument, but kind of an argument. I told him, I said I liked streaming on YouTube better. I said Twitch is good. Twitch is where you'll get more views, and I believe you can get explanation on Twitch. Is nice for a lot of players, but I'm not like that yet. I'm not to that level. I don't have a lot of people following me. I mean, obviously, if you see this, you're probably my girlfriend or my mom. But in the future tense, if somebody looks back on this video, I want them to know kind of why I'm not that big into Twitch right off the start. I kind of realized I didn't really like how Twitch, you can't really save your gameplay. So, all right, sweet. Got the launcher off the start. Guess I missed that pickup right there. But I didn't like how it doesn't save your video for you. And I kind of have a problem with that. You know, if I put in the time in the gameplay, I would like it to be saved. And if something happens, I don't want to be focused in the middle of a game having to clip something. And you know, I'm sure if I was more comfortable with Twitch, I would enjoy that feature a little bit more. But for the moment, it is a lot easier for me to just hop on, get this, and play. And honestly, one of the main reasons I am currently streaming Fortnite and all this is because I have my girlfriend's little brother, absolutely loves Fortnite, keeps up in the news with me. He is currently not allowed to play Fortnite. He is still just a little too young to be picking up Fortnite and playing, mostly due to online people. I mean, I even struggle with it sometimes, keeping the language clean when you get pumped in the back of the head, and the game is going right until that moment. You know, it's hard to keep it in check. So that's currently why he's not allowed to play. But I thought it'd be a great idea that I could play and try to give him good, clean content so that he can play and you know, get to enjoy the game that he doesn't get to play due to some you know, language problems that other people have and that he can't even control. I feel like this is a good way for him to be able to get into Fortnite, watch the new gameplay, see some new outfits, you know, because he's gonna be there one day. If it's not Fortnite, he'll be playing one day. So hopefully he can watch me and keep up to date with some strats and other things that are good to know for him. But anyways, if you're watching, hi Jed. Hope everything's going well. This is the new competitive game mode. Super pumped. I know somebody else landed here because I saw the break. I swear I saw the roof break on something. But, you know, talking about these new outfits, I love them. I love exactly what Fortnite's doing. You know, there's so much good and so much hype with this game right now. Currently, one of the reasons why I'm playing it is just a game that everybody's on, and there's something beautiful about that, you know, when it comes to the point where all your friends are playing a game, so you have to play it. You have to. I have a friend, Tino, he had an Xbox. He enjoyed it, but wasn't just dead set on an Xbox. He actually went out and bought a PS4 and traded in that Xbox because he disliked the lack of friends, of his friends. Most of them had PlayStations, you know. That's kind of what the consensus is right now. In my areas, it seems like a lot more people have PlayStations. And so he just wanted to play with his friends, so he went out and got a trade in his Xbox, got the PlayStation just to play. You know, I mean, that just kind of lets people know. I mean, that's just kind of an example of how this game has forced kind of people to play. You know, I mean, I know they have it on Xbox. I know you can always get out there and play, but I mean, when you have all your friends playing a game, that's kind of what happened with Black Ops back in the day. Not kicking Black Ops, saying it's a game that rode the hype. That was an absolutely beautiful game. Somebody's sniping behind me. But I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. It just... Oh, what do I want to give up? Should I give up this? Yeah, we'll go for it. For now. But, you know, how far are we? Oh, beautiful storm. Keep my eyes out. But, you know, Black Ops really took off, especially when I remember. It might have been around. I was a young soul when it came out. And by young, I mean I was barely into junior high, if that. But a lot of my friends were really logging a lot of time on it. And, you know, and I still am, I was very big on the sports games, you know. 2K, anything 2K, anything sports related, honestly. Well, after I noticed all my friends were playing, I had no choice. I had to go out and get, I'm going to drop the med pack. Absolutely had to go out and get the Call of Duty game at the time, which I believe was Modern Warfare. Was one of my first ones, and that wasn't even the first like big time game. I think I went a year without just playing some of it at my friend's house, and I finally convinced my mom to go with me and get that game, get the mature game. Well, yeah, it was one of my first mature games too. Grab the blue pump. But you know, I'm really excited that. All right, we'll switch that out for now. I'm really excited that Fortnite is kind of seeming like a game that's not overly violent, that has the potential to bring the people together, like, you know, Modern Warfare has, and Battlefield. Although I wasn't huge into Battlefield, I mean, that game brought so many people together. I do know, and there's a lot of games. I mean, different games people bond with, but with Fortnite growing and breaking so many of these records, it's amazing. And I absolutely love what they're doing with these new updates. All they are doing is tailoring to more and more markets. You've now got the people. Now you've kind of got some separated players right now, and it's to a point where Epic did need to make a change. You had so many people like myself who are average at best, to say it kindly. We're not the best. We're not ninja. We're not hopping around building, and I mean, double pumping blows my mind, because it is just, how do you use your thumbs that quick and your fingers that quick? And you know, we're not the people who, oh, what am I gonna drop here? It's a toughie. Woo. I'll drop these snipes for now, since it is just a blue. But you know, there's a lot of people in this game right now, and I do think Epic understands. I think with every move they've made so far, I have 100% agreed with it, and I think it's very intelligent what they're doing. They've made the game playable for their different audiences, and that's amazing. And I love how this new mode that's right now a limited time, but I put in air quotes around that right now in live and in person, because I don't think it's limited time. I do think we're going to see squads, ranked squads, and more ranked solo. I think it's becoming more of a common stake in Fortnite, and I hope you're okay with that. Oh my gosh, come on, Storm, you got to be nicer to me than that. But I do think it's a great thing. You know, that gives a chance for people like your ninjas and, you know, guys like that to go out. All the guys that are out there really putting in the work, and some of the, you know, the best players, the guys you're seeing in Vegas going against Ninja. I mean, that's just insane. How, I mean, it just blows my mind when I watch it, how they are all able to be that good. I am not even close to there. Like I said, I have completely different motives other than showing off my skills. I mean, if one day I can see just like that, what a noob move. But if one day, if I'm good enough where people do want to watch me for my skills, that would be amazing, and I'd love it. But right now, it's really just focused on giving out good, trying to be as clean as possible content, so that kind of my little step bro can watch me play, since he's not allowed to yet. But I love back to the point, I get distracted easily. It's amazing what they're doing. Epic is absolutely doing an amazing thing. It's giving them away, as in all things in life, especially Disney and other places. A big problem is how many what's the word? The word I'm thinking about. It's pretty much. I'll explain it. I don't know the word. Some people are gonna give me a hard time, especially my perfectly grammatical girlfriend. Uh, Capacity, pretty much, is what I'm saying. They have so many people playing. It's kind of hard for. It's I mean, this may not be tailored to you, but I mean, I can understand if a player's not the best and he keeps getting picked off, he keeps getting double pumped in games, and he just keeps getting killed, and it kind of discourages him and kind of pushes him away from the game. Those are customers, and those are the people, honestly, who will go out and buy stuff. The really, really, really good players are the ones that are going to be out there. If they're not buying stuff, they're usually just getting the battle pass and earning it because they are having such a large amount of victories that it's not as hard for them to get through the battle pass. Whereas these other guys who usually aren't as good at the game, like me in some cases. I mean, I'm pretty good. We finally run up on somebody right here. My goodness, it's been a quiet game. But guys like me who struggle to be real successful. Let's see if we can pop a few shots off. It's gonna run back this way for sure. I'll get on my way. Where you at, bro? Get that roof out of here. Ooh. Ah, got me with the pump. But like I was saying, guys like me, I love this competitive mode. I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna get killed probably quite a bit. I mean, because I'm playing a lot of guys who are my level, if not a little, probably usually a little bit better, and it's really going to help you find a good medium, and it's going to keep raising the bar as these guys get better and better, and they're competing against guys who are closer to their level. I mean, it's really hard to find people when you get to such a high level where you're so good to find people that are close to you, but if you can find people that can make it a little bit more competitive, it's really going to make it more fun for the guys like Ninja and the guys. I can't think of the other guy's name right now. Can't believe it. Anyways, it's gonna make it great for the guys like that who are way up there. I mean, Lachlan, all those guys. I love watching them. It's amazing what they can do with this kind of game, and it's really good for them. It's gonna make it more fun for them. Whether they admit that or not, I'd like to think they're really competitive, and that's why they're playing, is just the love of the game and being competitive and making great content. It's really gonna make it more fun for them. Getting to fight people who are more on their level and having some staple, because I think it'll help with the overflow of players, at one time searching for lobbies, which Epic's got to be careful about that. You can't launch a game mode too quick, like how they did with the mobile. They launched it and put it into the, quote, beta testing phase, where they kind of tried to limit people in, but they still had a problem with letting too many people in. They had their servers for the main game crashing all the time. I understand when you're wanting to build on the game and add to it to make it easier to play, more accessible, especially when it's a huge phenomenon like Fortnite was and still kind of is growing. I mean, it was at the peak of their growth almost when they were really, I mean, if it's still not, hadn't peaked yet. I mean, it was a really busy time for Fortnite and Epic Games, and they went with that bold move to release the game. I was really kind of iffy on it when they released the game. I was like, this is going to be amazing. And it's going to be really cool. And if this works, it's going to be a huge deal. But they kind of failed with it, I thought. When that game crashed, the first time I'm sitting there and I hopped into a game and the game crashed, I just kind of threw my hands up and I was like, Yep, sure enough, new mobile. Like, I immediately, I had an idea of what it was, why the game was crashing. You know, when it gets to that point, that's when you know you kind of got a problem a little bit there. Whoop! Dang it, couldn't set up my trap. Had no weapon. But anyways, when you get to the point where the game's crashing and everybody's kind of frustrated, I mean, that really looks bad, and that's going to drive some players away. You know, not everybody's so diehard into this game, and I really hope y'all can hear me talking in this. I really should check that. But let me check that real quick. But you know, when you get into the game and you are a diehard fan, it's not going to bother you as much if the game crashes, more as be an annoyance, you know. But I'm just going to assume y'all can hear me talking in the thing because it is with myself. But I pause myself from talking because my internet keeps cutting in and out on this video. I think you got to do it right, or you're going to drive away the players who aren't as diehard. And like I was saying earlier, those are the players that are going to be pouring money into this game. Kind of like myself, although I do have the battle pass, and I do try to grind on it when I can, even though I'm not even close to all my challenges, because I need to be. I've got one missing on week 2, and then I think I have 3 or 4 missing on the next week. It's frustrating to people who are diehard, but to people who are kind of iffy on the game and play it because their friends are playing it and they're just trying to get into it, you know, it sucks and it's hard on them. And I think that's really important that they need to know that. So I really think they need to be careful when they're dropping in this new gameplay. Really watch out and make sure it doesn't experience crashes. And I really do think it's important for them to enter some more competitive ways. Offer some free V-Bucks to draw those really good players out. Players like me are going to get tired of this game mode awfully quick when we're getting immediately finished all the time, and it feels like, you know, not even getting our usual 2 or 3 kills that especially the average players. Then we're going to kind of be the new kind of top dogs for a while until, you know, the good players get bored with the new game modes. You know, you're going to be top. You're going to see a lot more victories for people who have struggled to find victories. And I think that's great. You know, not everybody needs to be a winner, but if you can definitely make a game mode where people are, who are usually the ones getting all the wins in normal mode, if you can have a game mode where they go out and they're fighting against people who are also really good, it's going to be more fun for them in a competitive nature, and it's going to make it all around a better gaming experience on the normal maps. Overall, it should help. You're not going to see as many seriously great players because they're going to be logging their time trying to get those free V-Bucks, which I think is amazing. I believe that's it. Some Fortnite news in the week. Apples, of course, have been added. That is, haven't gotten one yet. I really need to go and find one, but they add health. I'm not sure how much. I believe 15, but that dropped this last week. I also noticed they started repairing some of the holes, especially over here in Tilted Towers. Let's see if we can drop in there, get a peek at that for the stream. But I noticed they're repairing the holes, which I think is interesting and a little surprising. And I get it. We've added all these new places in the map. You know, they've not really added places as much as they've changed them. You know, you had Dusty Divot, now is Dusty Divot used to be Dusty Depot. Love the nameplay, love the change there. I think that's a good change. But I'm a little concerned about the repairing of the game. You know, it kind of, I get it. It will make the game feel good again, and it's going to be cool for people to watch the game kind of to grow up and heal up the map itself. Oh, what are you doing, brother? You can have it. But sit right here, wait on him to run down. But I've kind of lost at what they're doing right now. I'm still interested. Still super hyped about what they're doing. Ooh, there's a trap there, isn't there, sir? Gotcha. Where are you gonna come from, sir? But I'm super interested at why they're patching the hole in the map. What their plan is with that, of course. 'Cause, I mean, that's actually... that's kind of gone underrated on a lot of videos I've been going through. You know, I'm big time into watching other YouTubers play. I think that's really cool. And I love watching and following them. Ooh, got me. Got me. Didn't see him. My fat head was blocking the way. Anyways, I think it's really cool. But, you know, not a lot of attention has gone to that. Why they're patching it up. And I have several ideas. And I do think superheroes is kind of coming to the map. And I think that's why we had to add the meteorite to introduce it. And now the next thing is going to be repairing everything so that it can be destroyed again, honestly. I do think that superheroes are coming. You know, you got the lair down in, you got the basement that nobody can go into in Wailing Woods. You got the evil lair towards Snobby, and you got the several secret superhero houses. I believe one I know is over there at I hope I said the evil lair is at Snobby Shores, maybe. But the other one is at the superhero house, the mansion. Kind of the Bruce Wayne house is towards Lonely Lodge. And then there's one more basement so far that I believe I've heard of. And I'm probably missing more, but it is in the blue house, I believe, at Salty Springs, but I might be wrong. Might be retail. I believe it's one of those two places, but I want to say Salty Springs. We're gonna go there next and see if we can find that, because I've yet to been there yet. I haven't been there yet. I'm really interested in it, but I do think superheroes is next, and the best way to introduce a villain or introduce a new idea is to have a major change to the map. Really interested at what they will do there. The areas I think are in trouble if the map does take a new change. I do think this area right here, you've already got one factory. The second one here, something's got to give. That's two areas that are similar, too close to each other. Somewhere in here could use some work. Also, I've noticed if you look around the map, you've got main points. You got Pleasant Park. Oh, I need to jump. You got Pleasant Park, Tilted Towers, Dusty Divot, and really right now Anarch running Loot Lake. I definitely think with Risky Reels has added some stuff here. I think they're going to eventually kind of combine this into some big area with more loot. They're going to up the loot in that area. That's the best way, you know, to add people to come. You know, a lot of people came to Risky from the start to see the new place and to really see what was up, and a lot of people have stayed because it does offer a pretty high amount of quantity of loot, which I think is something that's really cool and really good. Whoop! Heyo! Whoop! Wow! Why is that guy swinging his pickaxe? What is he doing? What the heck? And of course that guy lets him walk away free and easy. Anyways, I think it's amazing what the game's doing right now. Really interested, and I'm loving this new outfit, of course. Get a look at it with my sweet noodle arm dance. But anyways, that has been the stream for tonight. Getting into some of this gameplay, watching me get absolutely destroyed. Like I said earlier, I'm going to head out now and go play some just regular solo on my own. just wanted to give you some of my thoughts and a little bit of gameplay of it. Hopefully if I can find some apples and clip it, I will get on that later, probably tomorrow, give you some looks at that. But this has been your boy Gibby, it's Giblet. Until next time, thanks for coming by.